Bryant.
Here.
Vice President Moore.
Thank you. We've already done our awards and recognitions and our current requests. Let's move on to public comments. Do we have anyone who would sign up to speak to the board? Anyone is signed up to speak this evening? We'll move on to superintendent's report. Scott.
So this is Brian Trustees, on page 10, you'll see this month's personnel report. If you have any questions or like any additional information, please contact me and get you that information. This time we'll have a personnel department update, coordinator of personnel, director of personnel, my apologies, Ms. Beth Sanders, to present the board with our personnel department.
Mr. Toscano.
Mr. Toscano, sorry. Mr. Bryant, members of the board, I'm going to be presenting to you tonight the personnel department goals update for 2016-2017. So for this school year, our goals were for performance and productivity, to improve our department's processing time of new employees. Our goal was to have 1 to 1.5 week turnaround of those recommendations from receipt in our office to the actual start date of the employee. I'll go a little bit more detail about that in a minute. So for culture and climate, again, we had a goal to improve our fill rate. For last year, 2015-16, that fill rate was at 84%, and this year we had a goal of increasing that to at least 3%. So for performance and productivity, the data that we were able to gather in our new employee processing, we gathered all of the recommendations for our professional employees, our paraprofessional employees, and our auxiliary employees, and the rate for processing those in less than 1.5 weeks to 1.5 weeks was 54%, and those that took more than 1.5 weeks was 46%. We also looked at our survey results from late fall, and we did have a decrease in some of the all the percentages from 2015-2016 for level of service, communication, cooperation. So looking at that, we obviously know that we have to make some improvements in those areas. So that prompted us to definitely work on improving our communication between our department and our campuses and other departments during that new employee processing time. We also conducted a workflow study which really just broke apart that employee process and really just took it apart piece by piece. Where it comes to us and where does it go next? If it's just have to get a salary quote. So really looking at that process as a whole. We were able to identify some checkpoints in the process where we are now going to be communicating updates to our campuses and departments throughout. So that way if there's a holdup at some point, we can definitely communicate that to them and they will know the reason why either we're to hold or we're just going to go ahead and continue processing. Kind of give them a better idea as to what the time frame is going to be for a start date. We were also able to determine areas to improve upon and expediting that process. So really we're going to focus on that communication piece because that was in our survey, and then also looking at areas that we can just maybe try to go a little bit quicker. So for culture and climate, our fill rate as of first substitute, was 78.3, and kind of breakdown there by month what our substitute fill rate was. So unfortunately, we did not meet our goal of that increase of 3% for this school year. Some of the things that we are continuing to do to try to push that goal and get that fill rate a little bit higher is we did have 7 trainings this school year. They are full day trainings. Something that we did include this year that was a little bit different for our substitutes is a training component on restorative discipline. Since that's an important piece for all of our campuses, we felt like this does at least have some knowledge of what our discipline process is on our campuses. We We continued our Stellar Substitute of the Month award for our subs that are nominated from our campuses, just to give them some recognition. And then again, this year, we're hoping to utilize some of our survey data from this month just to continue to assist us to try to find ways to improve that fill rate. So as we look ahead to our next level of work and priority areas, again, it's just to really continue to refine that recommendation process as it comes to our department and move it forward. We're going to continue to research maybe some possible barriers that we may come across in that process, and then again, really take some time in monitoring our communication to our campuses and our departments. Again, we're going to continue to build our substitute pool. We currently have an active pool of 229 substitutes, hoping to continue to increase that next year. Again, that would hopefully impact our fill rate for next year as we look ahead. Any questions?
Question?
All right, thank you.
All right, next report is Sean.
Trustees will welcome our Director of the Child Nutrition Program, Nancy Burton. Voting is to provide board with an update on our child nutrition.
Mr. Toscano, Mr. Bryant, members of the board, EC Community. I'm Nancy Britton, I'm the Child Nutrition Director. I'm here to present our 16-17 summary of our goals update. That includes fiscal responsibility, culture, climate, and productivity and performance. And starting with fiscal responsibility, one of our focuses has been inventory management, which has a big impact in a lot of different areas. One thing that we've done much better this year is have accurate inventory consolidation. And in that way, we can better utilize our inventory. We found that we had, for example, a lot of blueberries that we brought in through our USDA foods, which are commodities. And so what we did is we substituted these items and brought them to the students in two different ways, with a whipped topping and also as a blueberry crisp. So we used our inventory. We saved money because we didn't purchase an item, and we also had something new accepted by the students. We also had a new initiative with a Happy New Year. If you've ever had Hop and John, we served black-eyed peas to the students. And it actually was a big hit. We have legumes that are a required component to our program guidelines. So we use our inventory and have a required component and offered something new to the students. And in this picture, I'm actually making tomato soup, which we now added to. We had an excess of tomato products, and we changed our grilled sandwich with chicken noodle soup to a tomato basil soup. Here we have our cowboy breakfast, and it was a real. So that was at Oak Crest. We did serve the cowboy breakfast during the rodeo at all of the schools. We served it was a steak and eggs breakfast, and we served it to all the students. Another way to use our USDA foods and our commodity allocation of beef in our menu items. Again, saving money and managing our inventory. It was also really quite a fun event. We did see that the kids really enjoyed it. So we feel like we're really encompassing quite a lot when we work with our inventory and also try to reach the kids with some new ideas. Later on, I'll talk about our productivity and performance, but this email came from the cafeteria manager, and in it, she explains that her participation increased for breakfast from 1 week to the next, and they all had a good time doing it. So we're really hitting a lot of our goals with these efforts. So again, our fiscal responsibility, our fund balance is being used to buy new equipment. We have steamers coming in, and as you know, you've approved our food trailer. And so we continue to be smart with our fund balance, and this was another way, this was our big check that we got for the grant. So not only did we put money towards it, but we had a $20,000 grant that came from Dairy Max, as you all know. So we worked on our food costs with our inventory management, and now our next goal is to get even a little bit tighter with some of our efforts, including our menu module, which will be our menu management. It's online. It will help us with our recipe costs, our individual food costs, and also at the same time still continue to manage our inventory. So this is our next initiative with our food cost management. So with our culture and climate, we have worked really hard with filling our vacancies. We have our new supervisor, Ms. Nicole Brown. We also have Angela Rodriguez, who moved up to our coordinator position. So now we're able to support the sites even more. And so we really feel great about having all of our efforts now functioning all in the same direction. And we've also added to our substitute list by adding 4 regular district-wide positions. So they're typically floaters, but they are regular positions, so they will fill absences at the sites, and they're here all the time. We've moved forward with our professional standards. It's actually a guideline requirement of ours. We have our back-to-school meetings. We've done a staff development day for compliance training. We also did another breakout session that the supervisors provided, and we had some really great feedback that the employees wanted us to continue to learn more and grow. And we feel like that's aligned with your initiatives, that we continue to grow professionally and personally. So I shared this next page. I know you can't see it, but what it is, it explains that we do monthly trainings in 4 topic areas of food safety, compliance, policies, and HACCP. So these are all going on monthly, and we bring in a consolidation of the trainings that happen at each site. So our performance and productivity, one of our big goals is to show our efforts by increasing participation. And I can remember a few years ago, we were trying to hit the million meal mark, and you can see we're well over that now and on our way. The past couple of years, we've had 1,244,000, 1,276,000, and we are on track to hit 1,300,000 school lunches this year. So we really are excited because we feel like we're reaching the kids, we're talking to them, we're trying new things. This initiative right here at the high school in Heritage was a visiting food truck, and the students had a breakfast or a lunch and got a little coupon to try the food truck. And so just those efforts increased Heritage breakfast by 40 meals and the high school lunch by almost an average of 100 meals that day. So we feel like we're really trying to talk to the kids and find out what it is that they want. Our performance, we also have done some promotions which increase our participation. If you remember, we had a really wonderful vote for school lunch that was received, and of course we appreciate all the help from the sites because they actually voted and put it in the ballot box. So it was a social studies lesson, and at the same time we took their feedback and we changed the menu item from a soft chicken taco to crispy tacos, and now they're one of the biggest menu items, and I appreciate seeing y'all nod your head, and that makes me feel good. We also serve fresh fruit at National School Breakfast Week. We've had a lot of collaborations, and I think having our office team available to do this really makes a big difference, so we can get out there and collaborate more. We have football dinners early in the year. We always have our Dr. Seuss's birthday. We love that dearly with 3 eggs and ham. We've had a couple of Sinclair literacy nights. So you can see we're still working to try to help in our collaborations for participation, and also things like perfect attendance where we can all benefit. So one of the other things too that may not necessarily be participation related, but we feel like it really has impacted the students and the community, are the share cards. And so we have, it's like our salad bar carts, and they're put out where students can share what they don't want, so that we're not throwing away food that other students can have. And so this has been received well by the students and also by the principals and the site. So we really feel good about our share carts too. We love what we do. We appreciate the opportunity, and we just want to keep on going with kind of what we're doing. So remain calm. That was our school lunch here today, and we shared with you our chef's hats. We went to all the cafeterias and took pictures of the employees in their school lunch here of chef's hats. And you can see that we got lots of smiles, and we're really happy to serve the students and the community. And thank you very much.
Moving on to county manager. Mr. Brazil, we'll have to take that one. I understand that you need standing up.
Trustees, if you take a look at your May, June calendar for just a moment, there'll be a few dates that I want to point out. This Saturday, after tomorrow, on the 20th, we have, well, we'll know tomorrow morning if two events are going to work in weather. But we have our huge Hornets for Health Fair from 9 to 12 here at the high school. Second annual huge event. We had postponed it once already, and so we're keeping our fingers crossed, but we got to make a call first thing in the morning, depending on the projection of the weather. So that'll be to be determined. In addition, we have the Community Relay for Life. It's hosted here at our stadium from 5 p.m. to 12 midnight. And I have a report as to whether that's at risk of being called off or not, but both of those events are scheduled here at high school tomorrow. Next week, we've got a couple of concerts at the high school that you may be interested in. They're both at 7 p.m. here in the cafeteria. Tuesday, the 23rd is the band spring concert. The 26th, Friday, will be the choir spring show. District is closed on the 29th for Memorial Day holiday. Then we move into June, where Thursday, the 1st, is the last day of school. Friday will be, the second will be a teacher staff work day, and of course graduation at the Coliseum at 10 a.m. on Saturday the 3rd. In your packet, you should also have a few items associated with graduation. You should have a parking pass. You should also have tickets for you and your family if you request any of those, or if you need any more. Please let me know. We'll get to the high school, make sure you have the accommodations that you need. In addition, we have a list of graduates, as you guys are aware, so that you guys can kind of organize your cut points. And my understanding is Ms. Barrientos is going to kind of relay so you guys maybe can get the clothes. Moving on, the week of the 5th is when the district begins 4-day work weeks, 10-hour days, closed on Fridays for June and a big part of July. Something that we've done as part of our energy management program for several years. And for the board, on the 15th, 16th, and 17th, that is the Tasman Summer Leadership. Again, if you've not registered, get Margaret if you need any assistance. She'll assist you as always. Our next regularly scheduled meeting is on the 15th of June.
Moving on to our action agenda, item A, 2017-2018 district goal and performance objectives.
Sir, Mr. President, trustees, in your electronic packet, on page 14, you'll see this year's district goal and performance objectives. Some of the things that I want to point out are that for some of those goals, particularly those under academic learning, our current status is pending the close of year data. So there's a few data points there that aren't included, and I'll be bringing those to you during my evaluation in July. So there's a couple of points missing, but you'll also see our goal for next year. In academic learning, we still have 3 major performance indicators. We are continuing to focus on growth, specifically in the area of literacy and problem solving. We're still going to continue to use our screeners, SMI, and iStation to measure growth, as well as STAR Index 2, which is STAR's version of a growth calculator or indicator. We're also focusing on college and career readiness. As we did this past year, you can see some of the data points are updated, some are still pending. You can see our goal for the upcoming year. And again, for college and career readiness, we're focusing on several data points in that performance indicator. Career technology coherency for courses completed by seniors. We're looking at SMI, college readiness indicators. We're looking at SAT, percentage of students taking it, and those meeting the benchmark. We're looking at AP course participation, performance, dual credit, performance, and success. So a wide range of indicators that we're using to determine the percentage of students who are meeting college readiness standards, as well as career readiness standards. As far as state accountability, our goal there continues to be to meet the standard for compliance purposes at every site. And as far as 2 new goals, two priorities for the board, one of which was our early childhood focus, reinvigoration. For the upcoming year, you'll see performance indicator number 4 that we want to really do an evaluation using an assessment called CLASS. And the acronym, bear with me, stands for classes. So I tell you what, I cannot read it, but what I will tell you is I don't know what the acronym stands for offhand. However, can you read it?
Classroom assessment scoring system.
Thank you. Classroom assessment scoring system. And the purpose of it is to evaluate through observation the quality of interaction between children and adults. In 3 primary areas, social, emotional, instructional quality, and classroom management, behavior of students. In those 3 key areas, we're going to evaluate all of our inside the classrooms to determine the condition, because from that, you get a lot of information about the direction you want to take your professional training. So that's one of our performance indicators this year. We want to do a comprehensive evaluation, set some goals based on that evaluation. And so this year is going to be a baseline data collection. And we'll report back to the board those findings and subsequent action. Performance indicator number 5 is our performance indicator around our community-based accountability system. As you guys are all aware, you guys are very interested in tapping into community values and developing a comprehensive community-based accountability system that, while it does include state accountability, it only includes state accountability is a much bigger issue. And so that work is well on its way. Our goal for the upcoming year is to provide an updated report in January. This will be after the work this summer where we pull the community together to determine the metrics that the community feels we want to focus on our performance efforts towards. In addition to that, we want to be able to then, after January's presentation to the board and feedback collection from you guys, we want to develop the plan and present it to the board in June of next year for formal launch going forward. Moving on into culture and climate, we've spent the last 3 years really focusing on safety, cameras, lock systems, security, and we finished that entire program and feel like the next level of work is to take our safety management system, our emergency operations plans and standards response protocols beyond just campuses. We do a phenomenal job of using the Texas School Safety Center guidelines as well as the Texas Procedures Manual policy guide to establish safety procedures, safety training protocols, to do drills with students and staff to ensure that we're ready to respond to any emergent situations. But what we haven't done as good a job is to take that to all of our departments and buildings throughout the district. That's going to be a priority for us this upcoming year, so you'll see a bunch of indicators there around all of that work to ensure that we're doing the same thing with all of our staff across the district, whether they're on campus or not. Moving on to our last performance indicator around finance, you'll see that we're anticipating meeting our goal with regard to our fund balance and maintaining a minimum of 2.5 months of operating costs. And we continue to want to present the board a balanced budget in August, as well as to maintain a fund balance of 2.5 months of operating costs as of now. If you have any additional questions before we have regarding goal and performance indicators next year.
Anyone have any questions?
Yes, ma'am.
I was just curious, like, whenever you get these, you know that a lot of the information is incomplete until those scores come in. But for instance, right here, when we see, obviously drilling out, where it says
Sure.
SAT percentage of the grade students meeting benchmark available summer 2017, sorry. Is there a way, is there a number that we know we're kind of at right now? Or, you know, is there, and all of these, I say that because it's nice to know where we're kind of at, and then like, if there's a plus mark next to it because we expect it to go up when we get those results. You know, we just want to, I don't really have anything to look at as far as, you know, like, if it says, advanced course participation and performance, number of AP enrollees, number of AP testers, is there, do we have a way of knowing what we have in that right now?
Well, we have a number of, for SAT, ACT, we actually really don't necessarily have that. We don't know if we can report back to us what the scores were. That does come to us, the report from the college board like in July. So we don't necessarily know how many what they did unless they do that. Now, the number of students participating in AP courses and will credit, those numbers, I believe, should be pretty close to what we gave you at the mid-year review, but we don't know yet as far as how they did. So if they passed the courses yet, we don't know yet if they passed the AP exam yet. So those numbers are not clear.
Change what we see to be pretty much the same. So I know that I can recall back to the beginning, but it would be very much
For now. We haven't had a lot of additional information since then. So we kind of have to wait for school to be out, and really for the national test, it's July.
So this crisis in July during the evaluation, present this information.
we'll see the
Should all be updated, that you see where we are currently for this year, and all of those data points, and maybe you'll see what our goals are for improvement in those areas of targets. It's just so much of that information, it's getting close out of year
Yeah.
data.
Well, I was just curious, like when we're seeing it here one more time mentioned, if it changes much from that, if we need to see it again, you know, if it's changed, or if it's just really stayed the same from the last time
Right.
we visited it,
Same
and it's
information.
pretty much the same. It's
Oh,
not gonna
yeah.
change until,
Correct. The only thing that you're really seeing here that's different is you added the goals for next year, where we could.
right.
Where we
And then I have one more question. As far as the, where it's the behavior system things that are implemented SSI in tiers,
Yes.
how does it take for you to do like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3? Is that everything?
So we have a screener that everyone, that they would do from that and determine tiers. Based on the screening.
Oh, you're wondering how you determine which kids are classified as tier 1, tier 3? Is that-
Yeah. Yes.
Based on the assessment, and I thought of the screener as a company that we have worked with recently, and it's a group.
Workshop, you have a report
Yeah.
of this year's audit. with the implementation and some recommendations, which we use to drive our goals and work with something. Each individual site is an issue.
Pretty easy. Any more questions?
Okay. Mr. President, I recommend board approval of the 2017-2018 district goal and performance objectives as presented.
A recommendation from the superintendent to accept the district goals as presented. Chair will entertain a motion. I have a motion by Mr. Preston. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Arias. Any questions? If not, all in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Item B, discussion and consideration of the contract for materials testing services at New Elementary.
Mr. President, trustees, we have a couple of items here around material testing services for both of our current construction projects at the elementary school as well as the Performing Arts Center. This time I'd like Mr. Sullivan to just come up and brief the board about the scope of that and answer questions the board might have.
Sorry, I don't have a PowerPoint for you. As Mr. Pascal indicated, what we're asking you to do is look at, there's really two agenda items. The first one is on the new elementary school. And part of the construction process is for, in our case, we contract directly with a company to do materials testing. And the reason we do that is we want that company to be responsible to the school district, not the contractor, for the payment of their services and for them to provide an honest and professional assessment of the materials that are going to be used in the construction of that facility. And so what we have done is looked at using and are recommending Terracon consultants for the material testing at the new elementary school. This material testing is more than just testing the various materials that go into the construction, but that is a key part of it. So for example, they'll look at and they'll do density tests on the compactness of the select fill that's going into the new school as we speak, during this last couple of weeks anyway, and will continue for the rest of this month and into the next month. That way we are assured that not only is it the correct select fill that's supposed to be used per specifications, but also that it's being compacted at the correct compactness amount, so that that has a stable base and foundation from which the school can be built on. The other things that they'll do is look at the type of steel that's going into the building, make sure that the welds are done properly and correctly, that the bolts that are being used to connect those are the right bolts and that they are connected properly. And so those are just some of the things that they will be doing and observing during the construction of this facility. They'll also be at any masonry walls, they'll be inspecting that to make certain that the steel that's supposed to go in to reinforce and support that is being installed, first of all, because that's happening before any of that steel going in, and that it's being done properly. So we would like to use Terracon at the new elementary school, but we're going to have a variety of projects, and instead of just giving all of the projects to one company, you'll see on the next agenda item that we're going to recommend Robert Kistner for the high school facility. And I'll be glad to go through that at that time, but the reasoning for that is that we want, one, there's a lot of business out there, and we want to make sure that various material testing people have the staff and the time to do the project properly. Two, we want to make sure they know that we're not going with one company, and therefore the pricing begins to be adjusted. Three, we want to make sure that they know that we are willing to look somewhere else, so that they're eager to continue to do quality work in the school. And so at this time, I'd be glad to answer any questions, but for this first agenda item for the new elementary school, the material testing services, staff is recommending Terracon Consultants. We have used them before on projects, and they've done a very good job for us in the past. I'd be glad to answer any questions you may have on this agenda item.
Any questions for Mr. Sullivan?
Are they doing any soil testing out there too?
Yes, so what they have already done is what is called geotechnical test, and they did that prior to actually even construction, so that they could then use that information to develop the proper type of foundation. In doing that soil analysis, we looked at it, and in fact even looked, because there is expansive soil out there, we looked at pier and beam foundation as opposed to slab on grade. But the cost of doing the pier and beam is much higher, and we can achieve the same, if not just as good of foundation with that select fill by doing lifts or different layers and compactness of select fill that would then bring that up to the point where it needs to be before they form and install the actual concrete foundation. So that was done prior to us even going out to bid, because they have to know that to know what kind of foundation. Yes.
Anyone else?
So, prior to making a recommendation, trustees on that particular item, beginning on page 25 in your electronic packet, 25 to 28, I believe, you can see kind of the fee structure for the different services and the scope of services that are included in a materials testing program. Several of which Mr. Selby pointed out already, but just for your reference, I wanted to point that out. Mr. President, trustees, I recommend board approval of the attached proposal from Terracon Consultants Incorporated for materials testing services at the new elementary school. As presented.
Recommendation for the superintendent to accept the proposal presented for the contract for material testing services at the elementary. Chairman, any motion? Motion by Mr. Massafield, is there a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Garza. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Item C, discussion and consideration of contract for materials testing services in East Central High School.
As Mr. Selby presented previously, this is the same scope of work, although this one will be for the performing arts center. Staff is recommending Robin Kissler Consultants in this particular program on page 36 is where the scope of work and cost projections are included for your reference. And again, this is for materials testing on our center. So, Mr. President, trustees, I recommend board approval of the attached proposal from Robin Kissler Consultants for materials testing services at East Central High School.
We have a recommendation from the superintendent to accept the proposed contract with Robert Kistner for materials testing services at East Central High School. Any questions? If not, Chair will entertain a motion. We have a motion by Mr. Arians, is there a second? Second. Second by Mr. Preston. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Do we have anyone here from the FFA, booster organization? All right, we will not be entertaining agenda item D this week. Moving on to the consent agenda, does any board member wish to have a consent agenda item pulled? Not, Chair will entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. Garza, is there a second? I have a second by Mr. Mulkey. Consent agenda is approved via unanimous consent. Does anyone else have anything before we adjourn?
I'd like to thank Mr. McKay for taking his time out to, I came out to visit East Central High School a couple of days ago. He took time out of his schedule to show me around to all the electives that East Central are offering our students. And I was very impressed with the electives that we have, because some of those kids that are not going to college, I think we're preparing them to go into the workforce We visited a few classes, we visited some of the computer program classes. Very impressed with his faculty. He had some second-year teachers. I walked in the classroom, it was just like a veteran teacher there. It was very impressive to see that type of organization and operation that is going on during the transition period. I saw all his administrative staff get in motion, go to their stations. It was impressive to see. I challenge all my board members to get a chance to come out and visit and see what these centers are offering our kids and how this is located. Thanks a lot for all that you do.
He needed that, Mr. Morgan.
Check your mail.
All right, anyone else?
I would like to thank my fellow board members and all of you guys for being so nice and chat on me. I've gotten my opportunities since I've seen all of us in a graduate. Not that, so
Anyone else? All right. Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn. We have a motion by Mr. Preston, is there a second? We are adjourned to unanimous consent. Thank you, everyone.
Technology to make it happen.
Is that